All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of the One-on-Ones. This is Patricio, aka Rocky, and this is the show where I get into a deep conversation with someone that I've met through a friend or met someone at a bar or someone that just I'm able to have a conversation for more than 5 minutes. And the person I'm going to talk to today is someone that I met on a level that I was not on this earth. Because for those who were with me on the half birthday adventure with myself and my friend Whitney, I I was fucked up beyond belief. And I met so many cool people that day. I had so many fun experiences, crazy photos, crazy videos taken of me, but I don't remember jack shit because of Jack Daniels and Crown Apple and all these other liquors that
There's a lot going on.
I stupidly mixed that day. But the one thing that stood out for me from that day was someone that wanted a milkshake. And this person that's the only thing, well, one of the very few things that I picked up from that day, because for apparently 6-8 hours, I was on autopilot and cruise control and I could remember anything. But the one thing that stood out to me was milkshakes. And then we started talking through text message a few days later, exchanging photos, getting to know each other. And we've hung out here or there with trivia, with whatever. And I got to say, we started doing our whole milkshake.
The milkshake thread.
The milkshake thread. And when I finally talked to you in person, in a sober mindset, you told me something cool about yourself, which is that you produce music. You do stuff in that field. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell me what you do.
So my name is Rex, and well, if it's on Instagram or whatever, it's Little Baby Dino Kid. I'm a producer. I've been in the music industry for about 16 years now. Engineer. I manage A&R. Used to be a promoter. We set the promotion side away though, because it stresses me out. But I own my own company. I own my own label. It's called Dino Kitty Entertainment. And so we just finished our first year. My team is amazing. I don't know what I would do without them, but yeah.
So let me ask you this. You just said that you were in it for about 16 years. You're not that old.
I'm 33.
You're 33.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry for saying it like this, but you look younger than that.
Well, thank you.
So 33 minus 16, 17. Okay. So what got you started like down that field?
When I was little, I was always really into music. I always saw myself in a studio. Ever since I was like, I don't know, probably 4 years old, I picked up a guitar, I used to write songs growing up. And then my mom wanted me to go to school for music so bad. Okay. And I was like, no.
Was she a musician?
No. She just has really good taste in music. Okay. My mom is also an engineer. Both my parents are engineers, ironically. But she wanted me to go to school for music so bad. And I was like, no, I don't want to do it. I was going to go to school because I wanted money. You know what I'm saying?
I think we all want that at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, true. But, I was like, okay, I'm going to go to medical school because that's what my Spanish side of the family wanted for me. And
now let me ask you this, because I'm also Spanish, and that's always been like a drive. Like either you're going to go to the school to be a doctor or you're going to be a lawyer.
Or a lawyer.
Yeah. And I didn't want either when I was growing up. And I'm sure, like, so you actually wanted that. Or was it because like your family was like, mija, do this, mija, do that?
Yeah, it was more about, I think, the pressure, because it was like I wanted to be what I thought was, like the elite, and they're not going to accept me if I don't go, whatever. And then anyways, so like when I was 17, like I was singing, I was performing all over the country. And then I moved to Denver, and I was actually starting to work with like major labels like Capitol, Atlantic, that type of stuff. I was working with big engineers, big producers.
Oh, wow.
And so it kind of that's where the trickle started.
Now, you see, I went to school for airframe and power plant, a different type of engineering. And when you say sound engineering, like what is that field specifically?
So audio engineering is you're so consider it like you're the contractor, you're building the house. So
Mhm.
you're building the foundation. So it's like, every time you're engineering, you're building on stems. So it's like it's like math, it's a map. It's a roadmap to make the sound or the sound perfect. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? So it's like, you might have your main track and then you have your vocals and then you have your verse and your hooks and your ad libs and this. And then you have to learn how to place them and then strategically put them into a way. And then you
Because
can,
music just doesn't happen.
right. Like you don't just record something and then it sounds like what it's supposed to sound like. Then you have to go through and mix and there's frequencies and EQs and, there's stuff. It's like, it's a process. It's like I said, it's just like building a house.
Mhm.
You build the foundation in a house and then you go through and you put the drywall and then you go through and you put the cabinets and the whatever, and then the interior decorator comes in and makes it beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like that's exactly what it is.
I asked that because look, I do podcasting. You see the equipment in front of me.
Yeah.
I spend hours behind my computer, making sure that the audio on my side, comes out perfect. Now, mind you,
Mhm.
it's just two tracks, a layover with the with intro and outro. Boom, you're done. Of course, little tweaks here or there, sensors, cuts, killing airtime, stuff like that. But like you're dealing with what seems to be more of a complex beast because there are many elements involved,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And like, what do you feel has been like not has been, but like what is the most difficult part of when it comes like to the editing process or to the engineering process when it
When
comes to
your
sound?
ears give out on you, like because I've been known to delete things and like do it over and over and over again. It's like
Mhm.
beating a dead horse. And then you hear it thousands of times. So like your ears aren't working anymore. And then I just want to cry myself to sleep at that point.
And I think it's like the love for this art. There are times where like and we've talked about this multiple times. Like I hate to sleep. I don't like to sleep. I like to be up as much as possible, do as much as possible with every second of each day. But there are times where like your body just like gives up. It
Hmm.
doesn't want to move forward and anything
Yeah.
like that. And you're like you're facing that deadline, you're facing that release time and all that stuff. How do you deal with like pressures of like deadlines?
Oh my God. Um, so if I get a deadline, it's not getting done.
Right, so that's not how that works. What do you mean by that?
If you don't tell me what to do, then I'll do it.
Okay.
Like, but if I don't, I hate deadlines. I hate being told no. I hate, like, there's certain things that I hate. If you tell me to do something, I'm going to do the complete opposite.
Okay.
Deadlines are hard because, especially with music, because it's artistry, you know what I'm saying? So you can't really put a timestamp on that. There's beats that I've worked on, there's songs that I've worked on, there's a lot of things that I've worked on that I've had to put on the back burner because I have to come back to it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I don't want to force it because either I'm gonna ruin it or I'm gonna delete it, which is terrible.
Mhm.
Or, sometimes you have to come back. So it's like I just put things on hold.
Shout out to Nathan who's watching us while he's heavily drinking.
Oh,
He
I
just he
wish I
just
was heavily drinking.
he just put that in the comments. He's like just he is drunk at caboose. I love it, man.
I love it. So, it's, I don't, deadlines suck. It's one thing if I have a deadline for mixing,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Okay, well, everything's already done. We already have like the plan for my project, whatever. But right now I'm kind of really in an experimental stage. So deadlines make me force things and then I don't like it.
Yeah. I force myself to get to put deadlines because that I'm quite the opposite where like if I don't have a deadline or I don't have any pressure, I'm not going to do it.
Mhm.
I fall behind on shit and it doesn't get done. However, I feel that I work better against the clock when it's like, oh, this is due tomorrow or it's due in the next few hours and I haven't even started. I know that's like like a level of self-sabotaging in a sense or something wrong mentally on my part, but I feel that I produce better quality product when I'm literally at the 0 hour.
I mean, I in certain regards I'm the same way, but not I can't do it with my beats. I can't like
No,
because
no, no,
I'll
fair.
just like throw my computer like because I'm like this sounds like shit. Bye.
And I'm sure that happens. I do a lot of editing for not only audio, but I do little graphics here or there for flyers and shit. And
Hmm.
sometimes you get to that point where this fucking sucks.
Yeah,
This is bullshit. I just spent 4 hours on this product and it looks like
and
shit.
it looks like garbage.
What? Why do we do that to do it to ourselves?
I don't know. It's because we're forcing it. It's like if I mean, it's like on Family Guy when they say, "What is it?" Like, if you have to fart, but you have to force it, it's probably shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I like that. I don't remember that from Family Guy. And I love
I think it was Family. I don't remember.
that is a great fucking line. Jesus Christ.
It's like relationships.
Yeah. Oh God, don't even get me started on that. Oh my God. I I don't know why I'm going to talk about this, but fuck it, I'm here now. Whatever. I'm back with my ex,
Oh God.
and for the past 4 days, like after making it official, my not my social media, but like my DMs,
Hmm.
my phone calls, text messages have been like, are you sure? Are you okay? What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm gonna fucking kill you. Things like that.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know why I'm bringing this up now, but you and I have had conversation in which where we know what we're doing isn't the best, but we still do it. I know that sounds odd to say. I don't know. I'm not trying to put you on the
You mean
spot.
like being degenerates?
Yeah. Maybe. Am I being a degenerate for going down that path?
No. I mean, you only live once. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Jesus Christ. Okay, that's the second best quote I've heard all fucking day. I gotta write these ones down. But going back to it in regards to like the music field, like what keeps you in it?
In the music field?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't know, honestly. I mean, I love it.
Mhm.
I literally like I don't know. I mean, music honestly saved my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I am so passionate about it and I always go back to it. For some reason, I always go back. And I will literally fight tooth and nail. Um my team has been with me for a really really long time and like since they were kids.
Mhm.
I take care of them. We are a family and we don't have one without the other. Like, I mean, it's crazy to see how far everybody's come and how much we've stuck together. I think that's really what it is because, I mean, in music, it takes a lot of work to be able to get that break, to be able to do those things that, you're trying to do.
Mhm.
But it's exhausting. Like, it's utterly exhausting. It's like people don't know how many times I've cried myself to sleep or, I've spent my last penny or I've gotten stuck in fucking Miami or like, or, somebody screwed me over on checks or this or that or whatever. And it's like you have to constantly be moving, but you also have to go with the flow of how music has changed so much. But I mean, at the end of the day, this is my everything. Like without music, I don't have anything.
Mhm.
Like, I would literally fight to the death, for my music career.
Where do you feel like you've gotten most of your inspiration from for your creations of beats?
Um, so I'm really into like old school like East Coast hip hop.
Okay.
I really like boom bap beats. I like lo-fi. I'm not really like an electronic person, but I am producing some house beats right now.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I listen to a lot of philosophers. So I take, samples from them or Billie Holiday is one of my favorite artists. So I like, her jazz tones and her voice tone and, but I take more of like legends, you know what I'm saying? Like older style music, like new school. I love Isaiah Rashad. I love Vince Staples, Smino,
Okay.
Code of the Friend, you know, like stuff that's different. Pusha T's my favorite rapper. um, I don't know. So I kind of try to take different things from.
I'm sorry. I'm giving that finger to the person who knows. All right, screw it, Nathan. I'm sorry. I know where he's at, and he just put a comment saying, "Holy crap, there's a stripper pole in here." I saw the comment. I'm like, "No, I'm not putting that up." His next comment was, "Go ahead, keep a straight face."
Oh my goodness.
So I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Completely being different.
I really love like K Tronada is brilliant. Flying Lotus, you know, there's a lot.
What's the one artist that like changed shit for you? Like made you view music in a different way?
Probably like recently.
Well, like the one factor or the one artist that just like, holy fuck, it just so I'll give you an example from my thing. I learned it at a young age, and I grew up in the early '90s. Uh, but it was when I got introduced to James Taylor. You know, classic rock kind of style of music, and it gave me more of an appreciation to listen to the words and understand the lyrics and you know the meaning behind them, because I'd be listening to Coolio or Crucial Conflict or the Beastie Boys, and it was like, oh, these words sound cool, but like, what's the message behind it?
I think that honestly, Saba was really eye opening for me. Um, I think as far as just his creativity and his vulnerability, and you know, like he's a street kid, you know, from Chicago, and but his first album, Care for Me, was really poetic and it was beautiful. I would say, as far as like conversations that I've had with about music that have changed my entire life, and
Hmm.
this is hilarious to say this, but I had the chance to sit down with Tretch from Naughty by Nature
Oh shit. Okay.
for like hours, and we were high as shit.
Those are the best conversations.
Yeah, and so we probably had a 4-hour conversation about hip hop and how hip hop literally changed the world.
Hmm.
And it was the most enlightening conversation that I've ever had with, you know, a hip hop artist. And it was amazing. I literally opened my eyes, and I was in my 20s. But yeah, I would say like those two would be like the biggest.
Okay. Okay. No. Props to that right there. I'm just putting some stuff up here on the banners because someone had asked, "Who's the guest?" I'm like, "Well, I put it on the freaking intro." And I'm sorry that you're drunk off your ass right now at Caboose, Mr. Bassett.
R.I.P. to their dog,
The
German Shepherd, the owner's dog.
oh, that's right. Oh my god. Sorry. I'm like, wait, whose German
Yeah.
Shepherd just died? I'm like,
Oh no, the
that just threw
owner
me
of
off.
Caboose, their dog died. I was so sad.
My
It's the only reason I went there.
I used to go to Caboose all the time every Monday last year because we would do a show called the Orlando Sideshow, and that was our spot because it was literally right down the road, and
Mm-hmm.
great staff, wonderful prices. And yeah, I know that the Caboose is honestly like one of my favorite spots. We actually did a show uh, there a few months ago, and it was the first time, like myself as as a host of a podcast, that I was actually able to smoke while doing a show. And I know that sounds kind of weird to say, but like I look back to like old school radio DJs and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that, and when like they would be smoking in the studio. And one, it's bad because like you're smoking in an enclosed environment. That's horrible for your health. Horrible,
I mean,
horrible,
it's terrible in general.
terrible in general. But like something made me feel like really badass for like to being on the mic and smoking a cigarette and just like blowing it into the microphone. But then when I got home the next,
Did you scream "Good morning, Vietnam"?
I forgot about that. I forgot about that. But damn it, now I want to host another bar and do that all over again. No, going to it. I'm sorry, the freaking Nathan throwing me off.
It's
But
okay.
um, how do you see like the next journey in your career going? Because from the conversation that you and I have had,
Yeah.
you're going through a lot right now.
Yeah.
You're going through some tribulations, fucking trials like a motherfucker, but like you still you radiate an aura that like doesn't say I'm giving up.
No, I
And
can't.
and like what's your next step right now?
So right now, so like I said, we're about a year into Dino Kitty. We're still trying to get everything like solidified because the problem is like in the beginning we were so like gung ho. We did a lot of damage like in the beginning, but there was too many of us.
Mhm.
I mean, there was 45 of us.
Jeez,
So
that's a lot of fucking people.
yeah, and I can't manage that many people on my own.
Yeah.
And so when we started, but then it's like, okay, who's going to work for it? Who's not? Like, who's going to listen to what I have to say? Because it's like, at the end of the day, like, I'm still their boss. You know what I'm saying? And I do know what I'm doing to get people to the next step. You know what I'm saying? But so we're still transitioning because it's gotten to where we've stepped back and I'm just working on my own solo project. This is my first solo project. It's all instrumental. It's gonna I'm trying to release it by October 23rd.
Okay. Why that date, if you don't mind me asking?
It's my dad's birthday.
Okay.
Yeah. So we kind of like took it back like several notches, but we are going on tour in October. So that's kind of the October reference as well. So
Okay.
like it'll be like me, my little brother, my, like my assistant designers, whatever. We're just going to go and start promoting, do everything. So right now we're just trying to get our foot in the door in different cities. And because my little brother has his own label.
Okay.
It's called Root Nation.
So your family just is like deep into just music.
We all are crazy. Like
I love how you went that route. Like I'm like trying to give a prop on music. You're like, no, we're crazy. We're all crazy.
And then it's like, my older brother is in a group and in Denver, and so all of us kind of have a collaborative.
I gotta say this: living in Chicago, living out here, and living in Colorado for a few years, I gotta say that Denver gets overlooked so much on the music scene.
Yes and no. So
I've been wanting to save that comment for the longest time, but I want to hear your take on that.
So we used to kill it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Being in Denver, like, I mean, Denver music scene is slept on. You know what I'm saying? It's super slept on. And, I have homies that like we came up together and whatever, like shout out to Trevor, AP, I love y'all. Amy. Squeezy Taylor. No, there is a ton of people that are literally slept on in Denver, but back in the day, like it used to be such a music mecca. There were nights where I was promoting 4 shows at one time and we were just bouncing from place to place to place to place to place. You know what I'm saying? And there's still killer shows out there, and especially you have Red Rocks, you know what I'm saying? Like you have all of that. And it's also, it used to be a little bit more diverse, but when COVID hit, it shut down a lot. And also now it's like really expensive to live there. And, so it's getting back to where it used to be. I do think that a lot more Denver artists should be looked at. They need to be shopped, but it's like you still have to go to Austin or Dallas or Atlanta or Miami or LA or Chicago. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like to be able to be taken seriously, which is crazy. But no, I mean, the music scene is great. There's a lot of good promoters. There's a lot of good artists there. There's a lot of good culture.
No, that for that a definite. I when I lived out there, and this was back in 2000 and from 2004 to 2006 when I lived out in Colorado, I was blown away by the melting pot that is downtown Denver. And the one thing that threw me off completely was the Spanish population that's out there.
Which part?
I gotta say,
Thornton or Aurora?
I gotta say, Thornton, Puebla threw me off completely
Yeah.
because I was just not expecting that. When I moved to Colorado, I didn't know that Park County was a real place. I thought that the whole South Park was, oh yeah, yeah, it's about Colorado, this and that. No, it was actually
It's a
based.
real place.
It's a real fucking place. And of course, like I'm telling my roommates, like, bro, can we please? I want to go down to South Park, and I'm not trying to be, punny right now. I want to go down to South Park. Um, but yeah, no, I was thrown away by the Mexican culture that's out there, and there were so many taco stands when I would go to downtown and be promoting down there back in the day. That was just like growing up in Chicago. I saw a different style of Mexican,
Mm-hmm.
but like I felt when I was down in Denver, it was like a bit more like deep rooted, authentic style. And not taking jabs at my people, but like I felt like the Denver Mexican was a lot more authentic than what I would see from the Chicago Mexicans.
I mean, I don't think that you're very far off. There's a restaurant that we used to always go to. It's called the Creamery, and it's only open in the mornings until, well, early afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on the east side. And the Creamery, like, oh my God, Mike is amazing. But no, like, I mean, it's literally authentic Mexican food, and it's so cheap. You have like all the juices that like
The
guava
Jarritos and all that.
juice, like everything that you want. It's all just, it's like a little Spanish market, and it's amazing. But we used to go there every day, and it was only like $3, for you get a spread like this. Like, and if you go and get a breakfast burrito and you don't bring back one for everybody else in the building,
You did.
yeah.
Let me ask you this. I love podcasting. I love recording. I love doing stuff like this. And from what you've told me and from what we've talked about over the past few weeks, you have a deep love for music. You have a deep love for engineering. Let me ask you this. When it comes to the struggles of keeping your sanity in this, what's your escape?
I drink tequila.
That was by far the direct fucking answer I've ever had in 4 fucking years of talking to people like this. That is the most direct answer I've ever gotten.
I drink tequila. I don't know, or I'll turn off my phone. I mean, I value sleep. I'm like you, I'm really bad at sleeping. But I value my sleep. So it's like, if I'm out, like we always had a rule at the studio. If I'm sleeping on the couch, I'm taking a nap. I'll be up in 15 minutes. If I am asleep on the floor, do not touch me. I'm dead. I will see you in 12 hours. Don't talk to me about anything. I don't care if anything's broken. Kill the session. I'll talk to you tomorrow. But no, I just honestly, like, I haven't had a lot of stability since November because I've been traveling so much, trying to make sure that we're building the brand and we're getting the networking. And, I mean, I travel all over the world.
I'm going to stop you right there. Building the brand, expanding the network is, I feel, the most draining part.
It is.
Of this business.
Well, yeah, because you have to, like, kiss hands and shake babies. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, people don't understand. Like,
I see what you did there. I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah. No, so it's just like I said, I've been traveling since November. I'm basically living in 3 different cities. And people think, oh, like, her life is so luxurious. And no, actually it's not. Like, I literally, am on a plane once a week. Like, it's exhausting. And then you have to be prepared to, like, meet with somebody, and you might be going there for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or, somebody might screw you over, or you might land a big deal, but it is networking because you have to like pull yourself together and play a part, like, basically, like, kind of fake it till you make it.
Mm-hmm.
When inside you're crying and you just want to go drink all the champagne and go take a bubble bath. You know what I'm saying? Like, but music doesn't sleep, so you just have to go, like, and you have to get it done, however hard it is for you.
The one struggle that I've always seen when when you're talking to someone like you in regards to expanding a network, building a brand, getting out there. Like, you get it, you understand the grind, you understand
Mm-hmm.
it's literally a fucking hustle.
Yeah.
And then the outside world seeing in, like the spectators, the common folk, and I'm sorry, you guys are common folk. For me for saying it like this, like that are there to just pick up the. They're not there to see the sausage made. They're there to just for to eat, and that's
Right.
it, and go home. I I get you when it comes to, like, the whole crying inside, because it gets exhausting. It
Mm-hmm.
gets exhausting, going out to these functions, and people will say like, "Oh no, but you party all the time. I see your photos. I see this. I
Yeah.
see that."
Yeah. I
No,
know.
that's part of the networking. That's part of putting the brand out there. That's why I'm doing this. I'm doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And there are times where, like, and let me ask you this: if you've done this, like, you've gone to a function and you haven't talked to anybody,
Right.
because it's just like, I need to decompress right now.
Sometimes I don't want to talk to people.
People fucking suck.
It was like my mom called me the other day. She's like, "You haven't called me in days." She's like, "Are you alive?" And I was like, "I'm alive. I just don't want to talk to you." Like, I just
Jesus Christ, I'm the same way.
I don't have time. Well, and like the thing is, honestly, in order to be a successful business person, I mean, you do need to have time for yourself, and you do have to have those self-care, and you have to make an effort, and it's all about balance. But I mean, for the most part, like this is like make it or break it. You know what I'm saying? So once I get to that point, then we go back to being normal.
Hmm.
But until then, I'm going to take one for the team and make sure that we all eat
Yeah,
around the same table.
I feel you. You see, you got that because I mean, you have a team. On my part, it's more, there are people who are partnering up with me, but like, I answer to like 2 to 3 people,
Mhm.
because like that's I have a very small team, a very small circle. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to ever give up on that grind, because it's true. Like, sometimes you have to fake it till you make it, and the rewards that come from it. Some people might see, oh yeah, oh, that's cool, congratulations. And over here, it's like, you have any fucking idea what I had to go through just to get this?
Right. That's me.
And believe me, and sometimes, like, I get to the point where I'm like, I feel people are fake sometimes when they say like, yo, congratulations,
Hmm.
yo, I wish you the best.
No, they don't.
And it's like, yo, bro, you don't see the shit that I've put myself through, the
Hmm.
mental anguish that I go through on a daily, hourly, minute basis, because I want to fucking make it. I want to get there.
Yeah.
I want this. And I don't know if it's selfishness, or if it's just the desire for more. Do, do, what's your take on that? And motherfucker, he actually showed up.
Who?
The drunk guy from
Oh,
fucking
from the
from
bar? He
Caboose.
should have brought me a fucking shot.
Maybe he might have. I don't know. I can't believe Nathan's out there. But sorry, yeah, go
Sorry,
ahead.
repeat the question.
So, do you feel that, like, wanting more and wanting to succeed, and like just wanting it, is it selfishness, or is it like the desire to grow?
Okay, so one of my favorite philosophers is Alan Watts.
Okay.
And there's a lecture that he has where he talks about this and about how disappointment is only set for your yearn for desire, for your need for more.
Okay.
So
I see what you're saying.
you're only setting yourself up for failure for your want for more,
Hmm.
because you're trying to grasp and attain something that you don't have. So you're constantly going to be set up for failure and disappointment, because if you don't need it,
Hmm.
because in I think is it Buddhist? I think. But they talk about this, but like that's why minimalist, like being a minimalist and whatever is like so peaceful, because they don't need anything.
It kills me that you're saying such prolific things right now, and such beautiful things. And
And
fucking Nathan is out there putting a magnet on my fucking car while this woman is pouring her heart and soul into this conversation. Nathan, I swear to God, I'm about to finish the show. I'm about to go kick your ass. And the funny thing is, like, his daughter, hold on. I don't think it's selfish. We got a comment right here. I don't think it's selfish unless you want other people to make you successful. If you want to make it yourself more, if you want to make yourself more successful, then it's not selfish.
I think I agree with that. I mean, it's not selfish unless you're like stepping on someone, or you know what I'm saying, like, I mean, cuz it's like it's sometimes it's okay to be selfish. um I'm just going to throw that out there.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
No, I don't think it's selfish for, you sometimes you have to just take care of yourself. Like, I'm one of those people that have a big heart and I try to take care of everyone. But there comes to be a point where if I have to let someone go or let something go, I have to make the decision.
I feel you on that one because over the years there have been changes in this podcast and changes in the format and the way things were because it wasn't working or I wasn't happy. And there was one point where I had a host that she was funny, she was great, she was in depth, but something happened that I couldn't let go.
Right.
And it hurt me because it got to the point where it was a liability and it was for the greater good, but at the same time it's like, I'm sorry I have to do this to you, but you're getting in my way.
Yeah.
And I think that's where like I kind of get in. I get this a lot from my attorney and like some close friends where like sometimes your worst enemy is yourself
Hmm.
because either you're too focused or too anal about whatever's going on that like you lose sight of the end goal.
Right.
So with all that being said, Rex, I gotta ask you this one last thing before we wrap it up.
Okay.
We talked about, what's your escape. You went straight into the tequila. We talked about your drive. We talked about, your passion itself. But for you specifically, Rex, why do you do it?
I don't know. I think that I don't know, it just keeps me going, and I've come way too far to stop.
Hmm.
And it's not about proving it to anybody anymore. Like, this is what I love. Um and it's what keeps me going every single day, because I've had I've had a crazy year, and it's hard. I've been super depressed, at times, and health issues and, all this other stuff and whatever. But this literally keeps me going. And, music is the only thing that doesn't die. Like, this is my legacy and my stamp on the world.
Hmm.
And if I can change somebody else's life while doing it, or whatever comes of this, you know what I'm saying, like, um I feel like, there's a purpose that I have in life, and this is it. So I have to continue doing it.
I fucking love it. Rex, where can people find you?
Oh, my Instagram is little baby dino kitten _.
Let me type that up real quick.
It's LIL
Uh, oh,
baby dino kitten _. My Facebook is Rex Reginald III.
I think like people once I put the IG, like people are gonna find it now, and I'll link you on this and everything like that.
Okay.
Anything you want to plug? Anything you want to say? Your final thoughts as we're heading out.
I just want to thank my assistant JP because he keeps me sane. My little brother Talib, Root Nation, Abdullah Gang. I love you. Deadeye Dojo. We're all super close and make the best music ever. And I think that's it.
Awesome. Shout out to Nathan Bassett, who has been distracting me this entire fucking time while he's out there in his goddamn trunk. Shout out to Water Boys of Central Florida. I forgot the phone number, but they do irrigation, both business and residential. Give them a fine. I would not recommend any other irrigation or landscaping service other than Water Boys, and that is coming from a fucking Mexican. My final thoughts right now. Give it a chance. There's going to be an opportunity that comes in your life. Sometimes you may not realize it. Sometimes you may be too scared. Just give it a chance, because at the end of the day, you may be given the world, you may lose the world, but at the end of the day, you walk away with some cool ass, badass experience. With that being said, if you feel it, just say it. My name is Patricio, and I'll see you guys next week.